Hi guys, it's me, Skylar Capri, and today we're talking about the highly rumored Christmas in July event happening at Bath & Body Works in July of 2025. If you're returning to my channel, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. We do all things Bath & Body Works, especially the body care, so if that sounds like something interesting to you, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's get into this huge rumored collection. So this rumored collection and where I found out about how this might be happening is on a blog called Life Inside the Page at blogspot.com. As always, I'll have the direct links to the webpage I was looking at down below. But if you're unfamiliar with that blog, it is a blog run by Tess, and she posts a bunch of Bath & Body Works content, whether it be spoilers, upcoming sales, here's what's coming, timelines, when she thinks the releases are going to be. Really great spot for all Bath & Body Works information. So as I mentioned, Christmas in July. I don't think we've ever had a Christmas in July event at Bath & Body Works, which honestly is a bit shocking because the Christmas scents are so well renowned and well loved that I feel like Christmas in July would be such a fun spin on their typical rollouts. Typically in the summer, we get lots of mangoes and pineapples and coconuts, and having that burst of winter might be really exciting for some people and really get them into the store. Now, this does bring up a couple of questions, which we'll go into at the latter part of this video. If you've watched my videos before, I do like to go through all the content and then at the end do some lasting thoughts and some questions I have. But some questions that I pulled out very early after I saw like the rumors of this collection swirling around are, is this going to be an SAS drop? Is this going to be following SAS? And if it is following SAS, because July is technically after the big SAS sale dates, SAS really does take over the majority of the month of June. Then July, it kind of lets up as some of the products kind of still hang around until there's not much left. If it is going to be released in July for a true Christmas in July, what does that mean for Halloween? Because if you remember in 2024, some of the Halloween preview drops happened in late July, July 26th or 22nd to be exact. So what's going to happen with Halloween? But without further ado, let's get into the 4 scents that are coming back, the product types, and all of the product specific information. All right, you guys, there are rumored to be 4 scents coming for the body care, a bit more of an expanded range for the candles, and then 3 of the 4 body care scents will be coming out in hand soaps. As always, we're going to start off with the body care. So the 4 scents that are rumored to be a part of this collection are Frosted Coconut Snowball, Winter Candy Apple, Merry Cookie, and Winter Berry Wonder. And the rumored product types, or what products you can buy in these fragrances, are going to be the body wash, body lotion, body cream, and then the fine fragrance mist, all of those being full size. So getting into our first scent, Frosted Coconut Snowball, I'm gonna put the most recent packaging of these products up on the screen. So for the majority of these will be the 2024 packaging. If you're unfamiliar with Merry Cookie, that is because it hasn't been out for a long time. And I believe the last time it was available was in minis. So I'll put a picture up of when it last debuted, which I believe was 2020. But starting off with Frosted Coconut Snowball. So this one has notes of frosted coconut, North Pole vanilla, winter freesia, snow-kissed woods, and spun sugar. This was a part of the Polar collection for 2024, and I actually really enjoyed the Polar collection packaging. I thought it was very creative, very artsy, and one of my favorite winter packagings that Bath & Body Works has done in a while. Now, this scent, I can definitely see why they're pulling it in July because it has a main coconut fragrance. A lot of individuals wear coconut in the summer and spring months, so I'm not surprised there. Now, really what makes this scent more of a wintry scent rather than that kind of summer coconut honestly has to do a lot with the woods and the vanilla note. I feel like it really deepens the coconut and makes it more appropriate for those colder months. However, I feel like a lot of people will appreciate this as you're looking to wear something coconut, but maybe you're not a huge fan of Waikiki Beach coconut. This could be a great alternative for you. Now, the next product, which I was kind of surprised because this is a flagship scent, part of the trifecta, which includes Vanilla Bean Noel, Twisted Peppermint, and then Winter Candy Apple. We have Winter Candy Apple. Now, this fragrance just celebrated its 25th anniversary in 2024. There was a big Winter Candy Apple display at my store. Winter Candy Apple is one of my favorite fragrances. It is so wearable, really year-round, and I wish Bath & Body Works would come out with with more apple fragrances because I feel like they do apple so incredibly well. Now this one has notes of candy red apple, winter rose petal, candied orange, maple leaf, and fresh cinnamon. To me, this is almost like if you took Japanese cherry blossom and really amped up the apple. It's a creamy apple fragrance. I don't get a lot of that cinnamon. I really don't get any spice to this one, but this is one of my favorites for year round. Now, I'm a bit surprised that they pulled this because it is part of that trifecta. It's very popular. They always bring this one back. And I thought that the majority of the other scents were sort of those one-offs or maybe scents that didn't sell as well. So I was a little surprised to see Winter Candy Apple included in this quad. Now, the next fragrance we have is Merry Cookie. I'm sure a lot of you are very excited about this. Were it to debut in July. I believe this one last debuted in 2020 as a mini. I know that they've had several minis of this throughout the years. I'm not sure if they ever actually brought it out in the full size. We will get into is Merry Cookie the same as Christmas cookies in just a bit. If you were wondering that, we'll be there in just a couple of seconds. But Merry Cookie has scent notes of fresh baked cookies, sparkling sugar crystals, and rich vanilla. Now this one does usually come out in candle format. I believe it comes out in hand soap and wallflower as well. So you may have smelled this one in the past, but this is truly a cookie, like warm cookie fragrance. Now this one does have a tendency to lean more on like an almondy note. If that's something that you like the pistachio glaze fragrance that came out, although there's no almond, I believe in the scent notes, it really kind of pulls almost like a pistachio almond. You might enjoy this fragrance for that almost almond biscotti type note. Now the last fragrance we have is Winter Berry Wonder, and I'm so excited that this is rumored to be coming back, as Winter Berry Wonder wasn't a part of the Polar collection or any Christmas/winter collection for 2024. Winter Berry Wonder, again, one of my favorite fragrances. You can wear it year round. My mom is actually working through a body cream in that fragrance, and it is just delicious. I was so sad when they didn't bring it back last year. Now this one has notes of Ruby Frost Winterberry, sparkling cranberry, and crystal vanilla. This is such a unique fragrance. It's a wintry berry, which I feel like is a bit unique in the Bath & Body Works spread. We usually get a lot of vanillas. Obviously, the coconut snowball is a one-off, the strawberry snowflakes are a one-off, but we get more of those warmer scents or scents that lead peppermint, while Winter Berry Wonder is truly a bright fragrance, and cranberry is one of the few berry notes that Bath & Body Works doesn't integrate into a lot of products. Similar to pomegranate, the pomegranate fragrances really stick out to me, such as Be Enchanted and then Forever Red, and then the cranberry fragrance in Winter Berry Wonder, that stands out to me as well because it's a really nice, rich berry fragrance. It doesn't go overly fruity or summery. It's almost like a mature berry. So Winter Berry Wonder is top 10, one of my favorite scents. So those are the 4 scents rumored to be coming back in the body care. As far as the candles are concerned, I'm interested to see if these would be 3 wicks or just single wicks. My guess is that they're going to be 3 wicks, and the scents included are Fresh Balsam, Hot Cocoa and Cream, Merry Cookie, 'Tis the Season, and Winter Candy Apple. Fresh Balsam really does smell like a Christmas tree. It is the iconic pine tree evergreen scent, really delicious and perfect for the winter and Christmas time. Hot Cocoa and Cream does smell like a cup of hot chocolate. A lot of people love this fragrance and have been begging for it to come out in body care. We'll see if that's going to come out this year. I've already talked about Merry Cookie and Winter Candy Apple, and the last one, 'Tis the Season, is heavy on your clove and cinnamon. It really smells like when you're walking down the Christmas aisle of a craft store and you get hit with the cinnamon and like really the scent of the holidays. That's exactly what 'Tis the Season smells like to me. Now, as far as the hand soaps, there are rumored to be 3 hand soaps: Winter Candy Apple, Frosted Coconut Snowball, and Merry Cookie, which we all already touched on. Now I'm going to get into some lasting thoughts and my questions regarding this collection. All right, you guys, so some lasting thoughts. I want to say one of the biggest questions a lot of people had when they saw this collection is, where is Vanilla Bean Noel? Vanilla Bean Noel to the winter and Christmas time is almost like Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte in the fall. It's iconic. A lot of people go into the store specifically for that fragrance. And I think Vanilla Bean Noel is not included because it is so popular, and that one usually sells out. At least in my store for winter SAS, where all of the leftover Christmas kind of goes. We usually have a lot of Twisted Peppermint and a lot of Winter Candy Apple, but very few Vanilla Bean Noel. And I really don't think that they needed to make Vanilla Bean Noel to get people to come into the store, because they have Mary Cookie, which a lot of people have been dying for them to come back with. On the topic of Mary Cookie, a lot of people kind of speculate, is Mary Cookie really Christmas cookies? And this totally reminds me of that debate of, is Vanilla Romance the new version or the repackage of Bonfire Bash? Now, me personally, Mary Cookie pulls more of that almond and biscotti note, while Christmas cookies pulls more of like the caramely musky note. So I personally don't think they're similar, but if you've been waiting for Christmas cookies to come back, you can't get your hands on it, or you don't want to pay a really expensive price on Mercari or a reseller, highly recommend checking Mary Cookie out. You might really enjoy it, and it might be similar enough that when you layer with other fragrances, you're able to produce the same overall scent that you were able to with Christmas cookies. Now, really the last big question is, when is this collection coming? Is it going to be part of SAS? Is it going to debut in July? Now, for me personally, I have no idea when this is coming, but something in me is saying very early July, like maybe the week after July 4th. July 4th, we're rumored to be getting Firecracker Pop back, and I know with July 4th, a lot of people like wearing those really bright, fruity fragrances, but as July kind of wraps up and we get into August, they really start pushing the fall and winter. So I feel like I could see this Christmas in July collection coming around maybe July 10th, July 14th. That way it's before the initial drops of Halloween, if they're going to continue on with that this year. And if not, the last week of July, I could also see this dropping, but they kind of have the pressure of fall incoming. So not exactly sure what the timeline is going to look like on that if they decide to go forward with this Christmas in July collection. Let me know in the comments down below what your feelings are about this. Me personally, I'm not very interested in the collection besides just smelling the Mary Cookie fragrance, and that is really because these scents are reserved for the holidays. It's nostalgic to wear these in the holidays, and while there are fragrances I can wear year-round, I do have some that I like to reserve for specific events or specific months. So this one doesn't really pop out to me. However, if you felt like you weren't able to pick up everything for the Christmas time, or you like wearing those Christmas fragrances year-round, I think it could be a great opportunity for you to get in store and pick up some of your favorites. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys are thinking, how you guys feel about this collection. Would you like this to become a yearly thing at Bath & Body Works? Make sure to let me know, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.